Bonjour les Français, me voici Madame d'hier et aujourd'hui je vous présente les vraies notes du subjonctif. C'est vraiment le subjonctif. D'accord, on y va. Premier, on va utiliser le subjonctif pour expliquer les choses suivantes. Subjonctif generally explains feelings, that you feel happy or sad about something or another way. Desire or will, something that you want to happen. Requests or orders, asking people to do something for you. Necessity, or explaining that something is necessary to happen. We use subjonctif with doubt, when we're not sure if something can happen or not. Likewise, we also use subjonctif for possibility, if we're not sure if something could happen or not, but it's possible. The subjonctif is called a mood when we study it in linguistics. It's not a verb tense like présent or future or passé because it doesn't actually deal with facts. Nobody's doing the action, okay? But it does deal with feelings and desires and possibilities. Because those things are not quite as etched in stone as fact, subjonctif is much better described as a mood. We never know for certain if something can happen in subjonctif. It's always subject to what happens, somebody's desire or will, or the possibility that it can happen. So because of that doubt, because of that uncertainty, because of those feelings and desires, we call it the mood, not quite a verb tense. No one's doing the action, but we want something to happen. Quand est-ce qu'on l'utilise, le subjonctif? Each of these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, contains starter phrases for subjonctif. The great thing about subjonctif is we almost always get a warning about when it needs to show up in French writing or French speech. A warning will be a phrase that begins a subjonctif statement, okay? These ones are the feelings ones. Je regrette que, I'm sorry that. Je crains que, I fear that. J'ai peur que, I'm afraid that. Il est temps que, it's time that. Or il est bon que, it's good that. All of those have to deal with the way we feel about whatever's coming next. Ici, these are the desire and will phrases. Je souhaite que, I wish that. Que, by itself, it's kind of like a shorter version of saying je souhaite que or je veux que. Je veux que, I want that. Ici, we have requests and orders. Je propose que, I propose that. Je suggère que, I suggest that. Je dirais que, I would say that. Je commande que, I command that. Je demande que, I'd ask that. Necessity, il faut que, it is necessary that. Doubt or uncertainty, je ne crois pas que, I don't believe that. Je doute que, I doubt that. Je ne pense pas que, I don't think that. Il est possible que, it's possible that, or il se peut que, it's possible that. Both are two ways to say the same thing in the category of possibilité. So you'll see that these 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, are just repeated. Okay, here, feelings, here, desire or will, here, commands or requests, necessity, doubt, and possibility. Those categories each then have their own phrases that introduce subjonctif. Well, of course, there's extra feelings. One page was not enough to contain all the feels. So what you might need to use are je suis, and then fill in that blanc with all of these adjectifs as fits your statement. Je suis désolé que, I'm sorry that. Je suis ravi que, I'm super excited that. Je suis surpris que, or surprise que, I'm surprised that. Je suis content que, or contente que. I'm happy that. Je suis mécontent que or mécontente que. Again, depending on your, all of these have extra e for masculin, féminin. You choose. Mécontente que means I'm unhappy that. Je suis fâché que I'm angry that. Et je suis touché que I'm touched that. Makes me feel good. Fantastique, madame. We've learned what phrases introduce subjonctif. We learned why we might use it. Let's figure out how to actually make the sentences at the end. Voici, on commence avec les verbes en ER. Par exemple, jouer. Nous avons le radical, that means the stem that we'll use. Here we drop the ER, and we're left with joue. And then we ajoute les lettres à la fin, adding letters to the end. And here they come. Pour je, on ajoute e. Pour tu, es. Pour il, elle ou on, e. Pour nous, ions. Pour vous, iez. Et pour il ou elle, ent. Oh, cool. Regardez. 1, 2, 3, 4, all in the botte. These are normal endings for an ER verb. You're like, wait, I've seen those before. Oui, c'est normal. Hey, regardez. ONS, EZ, assez normal pour nous et vous. Just add that petit I in there and you've got the subjonctif endings. Mais attendez, voici les irréguliers. Yeah, you knew you wouldn't get out without the irregulars, right? Être, c'est super irrégulier. Kind of looks a little bit like je suis, but not quite. So que will always come first. Like, you might say, je regrette que tu sois en retard. I'm sorry that you're late. Okay. Par exemple, je sois, tu sois, il, elle ou on soit, nous soyons, vous soyez, et il ou elle soit. Très bien ça. Voici aller, un de mes favoris. Que j'aille, que tu ailles, qu'il, elle ou on aille, que nous allions. Whoa, attention there. Here you've got A-I-L-L to start. Here you've got A-L-L-I. So watch for nous and vous, un peu différentes. Fais super attention. Allions, vous alliez, qu'ils aillent, or elles aillent. Et si on continue, on a bien sûr les irréguliers de faire, que je fasse, que tu fasses, qu'il, elle ou on fasse, que nous fassions, que vous fassiez, qu'il ou elle fasse. Alors, si vous faites bien attention, vous allez remarquer que E, ES, E, IONS, IEZ, ENT, they are all the same in this particular case, and most follow that pattern. Pas exactement pareil avec avoir, il faut bien faire attention, que j'ai, que tu es, qu'il, elle ou on est, que nous ayons, que vous ayez, qu'ils aient ou elles aient. Et voilà, une grande liste. Il faut bien copier les verbes en anglais et probablement le radical, the stem form of each of these guys. Many resemble their verb à l'infinitif, but they've got extra letters. Some, like pouvoir, look really different. These ones will be ones to memorize. Okay, and all you do for these is take the radical and add the ending of the sujet that you need. So like choisissent avec e for je, es for tu, etc. Okay, so pour choisir, to choose, nous avons choisissent, conduire, to drive, conduisent, Dire, to say or tell. Dise. Dormir, to sleep. Oui. Dorme. Écrire, to write. Écrive. Finir, to finish. Finisse. Notez similarité entre finisse et choisisse. Lire, to read. Lise. Lise et dise, similaires. Mettre, to put or place, or put on, like clothing. Met. Partir, to leave. Part. Pouvoir, to be able to, like can or could. Puisse. Ralentir, to slow down. Ralentisse. A little bit intéressant to include that one, but ralentisse, finisse, choisisse in the same category. Savoir, to know, like to know facts. Sache. Sortir, to go out. Sorte. Suivre, to follow. Suive. Venir, to come or come from. Vienne. And then voir, to see. But attention ici, for the boot forms, okay, je, tu, il, elle, and then il ou elle pluriel, it's vois, V-O-I, plus the ending. So vois avec E for je, ES for tu, etc. Nous and vous sont différents. So you have voyons, voyez. And that's just to avoid the double I there, because that would be bizarre. So we've shifted it a bit so we don't have two of the same vowel in a row. Merci beaucoup. À bientôt.